I think we're on.
Ooh, hello.
Yes, welcome. It's time for another lovely set of Reddit stories. I'm just gonna play some Assault while I get read Reddit stories before I go to bed. So, what are you choosing from?
I think I'm gonna do I do work here, lady.
And we did the opposite of that one last night, I believe.
I don't work here, lady.
Here we go. So you always we gotta read who's. You picked the big one, didn't you?
I might not.
Yeah. Pick the ones you want to read.
Top? Let's see. All time? Yeah, so this one's the top of all time. I'm not a student, I'm actually a teacher. Nope.
Very long.
Let's see. No? No.
Sweet. Just if you. I'm checking my settings. Okay. There you go.
So this one is from Chess Hatter or Hater? Hatter. I guess Chess Hatter. But it's titled, I'm not a student, I'm actually a teach. Nope, off to detention with you. I recently started out as a teacher. I was 27 when I had my first teaching job. Did some other stuff before, and of course, as a newbie, not everyone working at that school knew me at the time. I look a bit younger than my age, and I usually wear a pair of jeans and a nice blouse shirt. I was working there for a bit over a month when I was walking through the hallways of the school during class hours, picking up some paperwork and heading to the teacher's room as I had a free period. An older man, I guess roughly in his 40s, stopped me, looking kinda angry. Unknown man. Excuse me, young lady. Where do you think you're going? Why aren't you in class? Me. I'm not actually a student. I'm a unknown man. Like hell you are. I've seen you walking around with the other kids. Go to your class immediately. Sir, I'm really not a student, but I'm actually a teacher. I'm new here, so you probably haven't seen me, but stop your lying. Go report to the office immediately. I will make sure your parents hear this, and don't think I won't be looking for you in detention tomorrow. Me goes to the office as I needed to go there anyway to ask something, and because this guy was way taller than me and looking really angry. My colleagues in the office. What happened to you? Me. I got sent here because I was outside during class hours. Also, could you call my parents because a man expects me in detention tomorrow. My colleagues basically died of laughter right there, and because there's usually more than one teacher keeping an eye out during detention, and thus I couldn't tell them who of the two males that were actually scheduled for detention next day had given me detention. They actually sent me to detention the next day. I took some grading work with me. The unknown man who sent me to detention, was looking smug as shit when he saw me sitting in detention. After a few minutes, one of my colleagues from the office came in and, in the most theatrical voice you can imagine, introduced me as their new colleague, and wasn't I a dear for coming into detention while busy grading papers in order to help them out with unruly students just roaming the hallways during class hours? You should have seen the guy's face. Priceless. For some reason, he never sat at my table during lunch. The end.
That was just... Are you looking for another one?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize that was the end of that.
I said the end!
I think it was because I was getting murdered at the time.
But yeah, she actually went to detention, and her colleagues went in there and basically shamed the guy.
Yeah. That is really funny.
Oh no. So this one is called, made from dashes to dashes. Working as an intern, got mistaken for client and treated like a child. My last semester of college, I did an internship as a part of my special education degree. The organization I was working for was what's called a sheltered workshop, essentially a place for companies to send products to be processed by people with intellectual and developmental disabilities, autism, Down syndrome, etc., at a reduced wage. I actually spent the entire semester researching sheltered workshops in the practice of sub-minimum wage, so it felt like undercover journalism most of the time. The employees, or clients, are monitored and supported by a large staff of barely trained, non-disabled employees. I have chronic pain and fatigue, which means that I need to use mobility aids to get around. I alternated between a rolling walker and a manual wheelchair for most of my time there. I was the only non-client with a disability. I also wore a lanyard with my badge on it, which had my name and intern university name in big letters. Now, sometimes my lanyard would get turned around to the front, so the front couldn't be seen. On many occasions, I would be doing work on my computer or a notebook while sitting in a common area, and one of the non-disabled employees would strike up a conversation either with me or the group, including me. Without fail, they would always address me with the same tone and manner they address the clients, while speaking perfectly normally to everyone else around. My personal favorite way of handling that was when they would pull the sugar sweet, "And who are you?" Oh, hi! I'm Nate, the intern from university. So nice to meet you. I'm really learning a lot from this experience. The look on their face as it dawns on them that I'm actually an articulate, college-educated person still makes me laugh to this day. It's like you can see the gears turn and the foot get shoved in their mouth. Lesson to be learned: don't treat disabled people like children, and never assume someone using a wheelchair is by default also intellectually disabled.
Ugh.
Oof. Oof.
There's some humble pie to munch on. Ooh.
Like, did you seriously just talk to me like that?
Ugh. I also literally use no abilities.
Huh?
I got mirror, but I made a bad play.
Uh-oh.
Bless you.
Yeah.
Been able to find some pretty good ones.
Huh?
You've been able to find some pretty good ones.
Oh, yeah? This one might be
Okay.
interesting. Let's see how long it is. Oh, it's really rather short. This is by Denwar Dent. I work there. Please don't arrest me. Some time ago, probably around 2010, I worked for a pizza franchise. There was a manager on vacation at a location I did not work at, so I was asked to fill in the time for them on my regular days off. The franchisee found out that I would be working at the store, at that store, and asked me on the second the franchisee found out that I would be working at that store and asked me on the second day I worked there to do a full audit of the store because she was suspicious people were giving her incorrect numbers. So because this audit took a while, I was leaving the pizza place at 2 a.m. And another important detail is I did not have a key to the front of the place, only to the back, so I parked behind the store, left, locked the back door, and started to drive off. When I got to the exit of the parking lot, there was a sheriff car going 3 to 5 miles per hour in the right turn lane that turned into the place I was working. He was going so slow I had enough time to consider pulling in front of him several times, but decided to just sit there thinking, maybe he is on his computer, and as soon as I pull out, he will zip to full speed. The sheriff car turns right into the parking lot I'm pulling out of. I pull out and see the sheriff car turn around in the parking lot and get right behind me. He turned on his red and blue lights on right as we were getting to a McDonald's. I was like, oh fuck, why? I pull into McDonald's and go into the first available parking space, turn my dome light on, roll down the window, literally rolled down the window. My car did not have power windows. Guy comes up to me, shouting, "What were you doing in that parking lot?" I pointed to the pizza company logo on my shirt. Guy, a little nicer. "Oh, people have been robbing other businesses in that strip mall. Sorry to do that." I thanked him for considering our safety, and then I went on my way. The end. Gosh.
That's so funny.
Oh, that's so frantic, though. This post is by Blue Wolf 107. I'm a photographer, not a horny teen.
Oh no.
I was waiting for that one to sink in. This happened to me a while ago at a volleyball training school that I worked at part-time. My dad co-owns the place with 4 other people, 2 of which are ex-pro volleyball players from Russia. At the school, we had different colored shirts for the students based on age range, blue, green, wine, and a black shirt for staff. All these have a giant logo of the school plastered on the front of it. Since I play soccer and have school to focus on, I only work there part-time. When I'm there, I do things like update rosters, take payments, translate for people in Spanish, and things of that nature. Now, because I like photography and my pictures are pretty decent, my dad pays me extra than my usual salary to take pictures for their website and to help him with logos and color schemes for game uniforms. Different from Photoshop stuff. Relatively easy. Anyway, I walked in one Thursday afternoon, and after cleaning some paperwork and finalizing some payments, I went out of the staff room to take pictures of the class in action. We teach from grades levels 8 to 12. Today was a class of 8 to 9 graders. I had my uniform on, but because it was a bit chilly inside, I didn't bother taking my jacket off. I thought that as long as I kept it unzipped so people could see the logo on the shirt, I would be fine. That was a mistake. I can already feel sorry for this guy. I set my camera shutter speed, checked to make sure the flash was off, and started snapping pictures. It was at this point that one girl's father came in to pick up his daughter. I should mention that normally the girl's mother picks her up, so he didn't know the staff very well. There were still 5 to 10 minutes left of class, so he made his way over to the rows of chairs lining the walls of the gym. Until he saw me, a punk high schooler, 11th grade at the time, taking pictures of his poor freshman daughter and her classmates, and I can use for my own enjoyment in the privacy of my bedroom. He immediately got up from his seat and stormed up to me. He demanded to know what I was doing taking pictures of his daughter and threatened to destroy my camera if I didn't give him the SD card that second. I was so shocked at the sudden confrontation that I couldn't think of anything to say, so I simply grabbed the side of my jacket, opened it a little so the logo on my shirt became visible. The look on his face when he saw the staff uniform I had on was one of absolute horror and shame. He mumbled a half-assed apology and walked back to the seating area. Now every time he walks in, he never speaks to me. Even when the bill for the classes is due to be paid, he either waits until he's sure I'm not around, or he gets his wife to do it. He's actually a nice guy from what my dad tells me. He's just ashamed.
And all of these come with, it seems like they always come with like an awkward aftermath. Because yeah, now y'all are working together. Oh, no. That's a good one.
That was really well written, though.
It was.
Oh, it actually marks the ones I've read. That's funny.
Okay, yes.
You're taking pictures of my daughter! Yeah, for the website.
School project, bruh.
Mm.
She is among this group of people. How dare you target her?
And what would he do if he wasn't staff, but was a journalist for the school? Because yearbook
A juicy
pictures
story.
for clubs and stuff,
Yeah.
they tend to take pictures.
Yep. And they take pictures of singular students.
Well, even at the end, they have group pictures of the clubs.
Yeah.
So, what was he gonna do if he was one of those people? Ugh.
Then make a story. The president slams student in unethical bout. Wow, okay.
Huh.
Playing Assault. I got Mercury last game because someone passed it on to me, and now I just actually got Mercury this time again. It's your boy, Mercury. Kidneys. Well, melee people, I'm tempted to shift it. Okay, those two traded. Oh, wow. Oh, okay. That's why y'all traded. The Athena and Arachne, like, we're gonna trade outfits, and they were both vanilla, and then when they traded, they came out with some outfits. I think we all have a special outfit. Nope, Discordia doesn't. Discordia, damn it, and they all have an outfit, and then they have a Discordia with an outfit, so it's like, damn it.
Oh no.
We already lost the style game. Are you still taking from the same Reddit?
Should I switch?
No. Let's do another one.
Oh, hello. Cookies!
Okay. Okay. So this time, I'm gonna try that setup, and then I'm gonna still get you because it actually fucking works out. Take a tip from the toxic fucks. What kind of cookies did y'all get?
Chocolate chip.
Ooh.
Townhouse, I think. Or Toll House. Toll House.
Toll House. Toll House! Yes.
Pay the toll in this house for...
We used to get Pillsbury, but they changed something with the dough. And it gives me heartburn. You have a rainbow.
I honestly don't remember having cookies.
Jesus Christ! Oh no! I think I see what. Jesus Christ! God damn! Oh no! The hatred! Oh shit! Oh shit! This person immediately types in, "You better help the team this time, idiot." And right away, the Athena runs in and kind of gets herself murdered. Yeah, that's pretty much that. Like immediately, this person assaults on the guy, and then they get themselves killed in a questionable fashion.
Sorry, there was no please there. This one was by Perpetual Limerence. I want to speak to your manager.
Ooh. She is the manager, isn't she?
Maybe, maybe not. We all know at least one lady like this. A little background for you. My boyfriend's family owns a few vineyards, and he has transferred ownership as a... And he was transferred ownership as a graduation present. He likes to make rounds on busy nights, like the night this takes place. So my boyfriend, A, was doing his job, checking on everything. Now his vineyard allows kids up until 6 p.m. When they aren't allowed, then they aren't allowed in anymore. It was after 6. I don't think it was too late, but this lady has her kids running around. So A goes up to her and tells her the little one needs to go. Excuse me, ma'am, your child is not allowed here at this time. What? I checked the rules. I called. They are allowed here. I'm sorry you were misinformed, but we don't allow children past 6 p.m. That is not true. Can't believe people here are so rude. At this point, one of A's workers has come to stand by him as they notice the commotion. Lady. He's a real worker. Tell me, young man, is he lying? The employee was flustered and didn't respond, which made her even more mad. I can't believe this. I want to speak to your manager. A. Ma'am, I'm the owner. Dan.
So he was the boss.
Yes.
He was not only the manager, but he was the boss.
He owned the place.
Yeah. Athena, no! You're all alone!
This one might be interesting. So this was by a person named Dated Poison. These are my car keys. I worked for Macy's for a seasonal position when I was about 19. The fashion jewelry department, to be precise. Basically, I worked with all the non-precious jewels. I was merely a step above costume jewelry, but nevertheless, the place was locked down. We had keys for all the cases, and they were not to leave the floor at any point. If we went on break, went to pee, or went to leave, we had to leave them with the fine jewelry department, who literally had to scan them in and out. It was ridiculously monitored. At the end of the night, not only did we have to put everything in the safe, we had to help fine jewelry cover cases, set alarms, and literally set traps with rope. It was an ordeal. Wow. Well, one day I worked morning shift as I had a doctor's appointment in the afternoon. It had been a long shift, and I finally finished out counting my drawer. So I headed to the back to sign out my keys. They were scanned, I was ready to go. Just as I'm walking out to leave, a middle-aged woman who is staring down at one of the cases snaps at me. Yes, with her fingers, to get my attention. Oh no.
That is already.
Uh-huh. Just imagine. You, over there. Her. I'd like to see this bracelet. I noticed the one employee that took over for me is with a customer. Oh, I'll go grab someone for you. She looks annoyed, but before she can say anything, I rush towards the back of the store. It's swamped with people. Yay, holidays. But my manager is there, and she's pretty cool and hands-on, so I tell her that I'm leaving for an appointment, but there's a woman in the front who needs help. She tells me she'll be right there, and I headed back to the customer. Me. She'll be right with you. And then I go walk out, and she exclaims, "Excuse me, but I told you I wanted to see this bracelet." Me. I understand that, but I had to grab someone because I don't have the keys to open the case, and you're leaving, and I'm leaving my shift. Her. You have keys right there. Stop being lazy and open the case. Mind you, there are 2 keys on a hook, hanging around my belt. Oh, these are... Her. I just don't understand why you can't do a simple job. It's not like I'm asking you to do much. You just push the key in, turn the lock, hand me the bracelet. Me. Ma'am. At this point, she's not yelling, but she's not being quiet either, and my confused manager approaches us. Manager. Is everything okay over here? Lady. Are you her manager? Manager. Yes, I am. What seems to be the problem? Lady. The associate brushed me off when I asked her to see a bracelet, and now she's refusing to help me. Me. I went to grab you for help, as I have already turned in my keys. Lady. She's lying. She has keys right there. Fed up, I unhooked the clamp from around my belt and hold up the keys she's referencing. Ma'am, I'm leaving. These are my car keys. Manager, who is now visibly as annoyed with this customer as I am. Jaded, go to your appointment. Ma'am, show me which bracelet you're so eager to get your hands on. The end. She has keys right there.
Come on, you got keys, don't you? Watch. Athena, you are savage with it.
Mm.
That's okay. Oh, finally, I'm dead. And now, damage. Amplify damage. Oh. Oh, Odin. Odin. You did what you can, Odin. I don't know exactly how to change characters. I don't know how to swap spectate. Damn. Oh, that troll. That troll statement. The Arachne got murdered in the mini jungle on the assault. There's like a little loop now. And she got murdered and she was like, thanks, thanks, thanks. And the Discord responds with, I'm the greatest. Cancel that. They're trolls. They like trolling each other. They're gonna be trolling each other. Ugh. Hard lifesteal. A stiff whistle. How am I doing with the Mercury right now? Let's see. Oh, I'm straight fucking even. I'm a fucking straight even. I guess it ain't easy for an assassin in the assault. Another one from the same Reddit? Or would you like to? Let's do one more.
I can change.
Yeah, after one more. Let's do one more. Yeah, I swapped it already, huh?
Well, I already backed out.
I wanted to help the Odin. We're all gonna get wiped. Yes.
Oh my god, this one's really long.
Oh.
But this one's
Hey, she turned into me.
Interesting story.
Now we watch the tower. Stand steady, tower. Defend against the heathens that approach you.
Do I read the really long one?
Sure, let's go for it. While I press buttons to figure out how I... Oh, that's not what I want to do. Oh, our poor tower. Oh, tower, no! Saved with just a smidge of... Oh, no, it's dead. And it's dead.
Yeah, no. This one's written by Sensei Vince. And it's titled, Colleague Argues That I Don't Work There. When finding out I do, tries to get me fired. I just graduated 2 months ago, which was 13 months ago, as a teacher, English and economics, and immediately found work, even before graduating. So I was very excited to start working, as I hated my teaching practice.
Oof.
Okay. I'm a 23-year-old male, and look like I'm 17 to 18. Very annoying, and I think you know where this is going. At the school I work at, there is a hallway, parentheses, the forbidden hallway, that students are allowed to go through. The administration offices are through there, so you get why students can't barge through it. But teachers and staff are allowed. First few weeks were great, and I made sure that the rest of the team knew that I was a substitute.
So close.
And that they knew my name. So after a week or so, most of the team knew who I was. One day I was walking through the building and looking at my cell phone, checking for updates and checking Smart School. Whoops. When I actually hear a loud shriek. Put away that cell phone! You aren't allowed to use that indoors! I thought to myself, ha, a pupil was probably checking his or her phone, and I thought nothing of it after that. A few minutes later, I wanted to go through the forbidden hallway, and I felt a tug on my collar. I turn around, and here we have a middle-aged Karen. I don't know. I didn't know Karens could become teachers, but hey, I thought all of them didn't have jobs, so...
Wow. The roast. Most likely
I've
deserved.
also never seen this woman before at the school. I figured that since I just started working there, I must have missed her. Okay, 1 second. Okay, so the people are as follows. OC, oblivious colleague. Me, fairy of this story. NC, nice colleague. PR, principal. OC, hey, you aren't allowed to walk through here. Me, I just worked there, so I thought that I wasn't allowed to. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that I could walk through here. OC. Oh! No, not O. OC. Are you new here? Me. Oh, yes I am. I'm OP. Nice to meet you. I extend my hand to shake hers, which I always do when meeting people, especially at work. OC looks at me, then my hand, then back at me. OC. You should talk to me with a bit more respect. Are you... And you are also not allowed to use your cell phone in the building. Me. Oh, but I was just checking OC. I don't care. Pupils aren't allowed to use their cell phones. But I'm not... Don't lie to me. I saw you use your phone. She didn't let me finish my sentence to say that I'm not a pupil. He thought I was, and that I was denying that I was using my phone. I've been following... Oh no. I've been following Storytime, Bumfrisk, Darkfluff, and other YouTubers that do r/. I've always told myself that when I encountered someone who kept interrupting me, I would just lash out at them, so they would listen. Big mistake.
Oh, that's too funny.
Me. Listen here, lady. How dare you talk to me like that? I will get you expelled for that. The bell rings and she storms off, yelling, "You will hear from this again."
You'll hear from me again, that man.
I'm just sitting there like, what the fuck just happened? Oh, excuse me. An hour or so later, I was in the teacher's lounge. And I was still trying to understand what just happened. In the break room, there was only a few colleagues sitting, minding their own business. At that moment, OC enters, sees me, turns red, and then erupts like a volcano. "What are you doing here?" Oh my god. Everyone looks up startled and looks at her. She walks over to me and tries to grab me again. I get up and walk back and try to say that I'm a teacher. But before I could open my mouth, she grabs me and tries to pull me out of the break room. I don't really mind people touching me. I mean, that I don't mind if they would tap me on the shoulder or something, or even hug me to congratulate me. But this was something different. OC, you are not supposed to be here. Ooh. Me, let go of me, crazy bitch. I slap her hand. She becomes even redder. Didn't think that was possible. How dare you? Who is NC? Nice colleague. NC enters the game. NC, OC, what are you doing? Let go of OP. She is still trying to grab me and drag me out. OC, whoa. No! He's been disrespecting me, looking at his phone in the hallway, going through the forbidden hallway, and now insulting me. I am taking him to the principal's office. OC, he's a teacher here. OC looks at me, then to NC, then the rest of the break room. Some colleagues were entering the room, so around 3 more were standing in the doorway with a shocked expression on their faces. OC, and she storms out. I'm standing there shaking on my legs and with a red face. NC, are you okay, OP? Yes, I think so. What happened? Why did she do that? I explained it to them what had happened. NC, why didn't you tell her that you were a teacher here? Me, I couldn't. She kept interrupting me, calling me a liar, and threatening to get me expelled every time I opened my mouth. When telling the story, some colleagues were laughing, chuckling, and others were just shocked. Oh boy.
The ones laughing know who she were, how she was. Huh? The ones laughing probably know how that lady is.
Mm-hmm. A few minutes later, OC and PR, principal, walks in. PR, OP, come with me. I'm sitting there shitting myself. PR is a pretty big guy and intimidating as fuck. I don't know what to expect because I don't know what OC told him. The next few minutes are complete hell for me. OC apparently told PR that I insulted her, called her names. This part was sadly true. Was making fun of her and insulting her. Again, true, she had a red mark on her wrist, but she left out that she grabbed me first. PR. OC told me that you hit her, called her names, and verbally assaulted her. Is this true? Well, yes, but... See? I told you! OC said. PR. OC, calm down. OP, you just started working here. What were you thinking? You can't assault fellow colleagues at work. At this point, I wanted to cry. I'm not very emotional, but it was too much for me. This, of course, made it seem like I was guilty, like a child who got caught doing something bad and would proceed to cry because of it. PR, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to let you go. Me, but I didn't do anything, I blurted out, sobbing. PR, OC told me, she lied. Nothing she said was true. I then proceeded to tell the entire story. OC was trying to interrupt me and kept calling me a liar. I finished, and then OC said the following thing. OC, well, it's his word against mine. She forgot, I guess, that there were witnesses present. I told PR this, and they called in NC because I only knew her name at the time. I only know her name at the time. She explained everything, apart from the previous interaction with my cell phone and the forbidden hallway. PR, OP and NC, could you excuse us for a minute? NC and I walk out. When we closed the door, we heard the following outbursts. Oh. Principal, you incompetent lying bitch. You come to my office crying and screaming bloody murder because you mistook him for a student? Not even letting him explain it? And then on top of this, insulting him in front of other staff? You will hear from this.
That was pretty bad.
Yeah. Principal calls me back into the office when OC left. Principal, would you like me to call the police? Me, no, I'd rather not. I was still shaking, not thinking straight, and I also just started working there. OC seemed like that type of person to spin the story around and blame me, so I didn't want my future chances to dwindle because of this. Okay. If you need anything, or if she bothers you again, just tell me. Excuse me. After that, OC keeps trying to avoid me. But when that's not possible, she just ghosts me, pretends not to see me. The other colleagues are very supportive, and I'm lucky to work with them. I don't know what punishment OC got from the principal, or if it would have consequences for her, but I'm just happy this was over. The end.
Oh wow.
Uh-huh.
Oof.
Make a little oof.
Schoolyard bully.
Like, seriously? I understand mistaking a person as a student. Give them a chance to speak.
Teacher power. You know she's abusive to the students. No students like her.
Probably not.
Nobody likes her. There's an unfortunate individual. Ah, I fucked up. Let me guess. Okay. I need that mana. I need mana. Oh, I found it.
Getting close to an hour.
It is. We can do a few more from another section. And then that'll be a good time to call it.
There's I don't work here, I do work here. What's the other one? Didn't I follow 3?
Wow.
Probably entitled parents.
Oh. Oh, what the? There we go. got my combo. They took it. What are you looking at?
I'm thinking untitled people.
Entitled parents?
People.
People?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Instead of just parents.
Yes. I didn't lob him over here.
Wow.
Yeah.
How long is this one? Yeah, moderately. So this one was written by Traveling Grizzly D. And is titled EP Gets Mad Because I Won't Quit My Job. So this was last year when I was a graduate student working in an office at my college campus. I applied for the student job with 3 years of experience in that kind of work and a college degree. And after 2 interviews, I got the job. About 4 months in, winter break is over, and classes started up again. This meant we got a small influx of new students, one of which was an entitled person named E. I met E in the cafeteria as I was getting lunch, and after talking for a while, I realized my shift was starting soon, so I told her that it was nice talking to her, but I had to go get ready for work. She seemed really nice, so I thought we were fine. Famous last words. The cast, me as me, obviously. E, entitled E. I ran into her a couple days later, and she asked me, "By the way, do you work in XYZ office?" Me, "Yes I do. Why?" E, why the hell did you get hired? There's nothing that special about you. I applied for that job too, and I didn't get it. What the actual fuck?
Wow.
I'm very sorry that boss didn't pick you for the job. Did boss say why? Boss seems to have rather unique criteria for hiring from what I can tell. EE. Boss said I don't have enough experience in that kind of office work. I mean, yeah, I've never worked a job like that before, and it's not what I want to do for work, but it's still better than food prep for the cafeteria or a effing low-life janitor job. And I know the experience thing is total bullshit. And it's really because I'm brown. EE, she was half Hawaiian. You don't have any real experience either. You should make this right and report her. What? Me. Well, I actually have 3 years of experience in that field, and I applied at the beginning of the year. So that's probably why I got hired. But I wasn't there for your interview, and if you feel like she discriminated against you, I guess you could file a report or talk to her about it. We have someone possibly leaving soon, so it might be better to wait and try again. No, I was discriminated against for being brown, and you should just quit and give me the job. You don't, you're effing racist too. I deserve that job more than you. So just do the right thing and leave and tell her to give the job to me. I'm sorry, but I really can't quit. I have to pay for tuition too, and I have to go to class now. Good luck with whatever you decide to do about reporting or not. Stupid white racist bitch. You are a fucking racist. I'm going to tell everyone you hate brown people. I will ruin you. Keep in mind, that was the second time I'd ever talked to her. I don't know how she found out where I worked, and she was yelling down racist in the middle of a crowded cafeteria of college students, so I was rather interested in getting out of there quickly. She never did anything about reporting any discrimination, and she ended up with a different job in the PE rec center. But she absolutely hated me for the rest of the year. That's it.
That's a good one.
Oof.
Okay. Yeah. Oh. Took boy. Thanks, bro. Oof. Oh no. Hello?
Hi.
Lag burst. Lag bursted. Lag bursted. They're hitting the lag switch. Throw everything.
No.
You bastards. How dare you lag switch. No, they killed that guy. Volcan. They murdered me too. Okay, that was an epic lag burst. I just smacked with fucking epic lag, but I was able to kill someone in it, so that's fine with me. What is next on my docket? Let's do this one. There we go. That sounded like one of our things of destruction.
Oh.
I don't know how to change people and the fucking spectate on the keyboard, bastards. Need to look it up. Oh no, it's happening again. Hello?
Hi.
Hi. Okay. Did you find the story?
I'm looking at one.
Okay. But I guess it's a good thing, because this game's a little lagging out. Oh, it's lagging out again.
Oh no.
As long as you can hear me.
I can.
Okay.
But it might cut every other word out if it's like that.
Well, can you hear me clearly? It seems like it's
Well, yeah, I can
going
hear
okay.
you clearly. I'm just saying the video might not catch it all.
Yeah. There you go. It even just ended.
No.
Well, I got disconnected from the game. Let me see. Let me check. No, it looks like it. No, it looks like it caught it all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I think the stream is okay. It's the game that's not okay. I must be playing with some laggy people. Or like, we're all like across America. Or even in Europe too. But it connects based on region, so we're probably just sprawled out through America. I'm loading back in. So, okay, you may continue.
Okay. Oh no, I found another one with no thank you.
Uh-huh. No like?
Not under entitled people, apparently.
Oh. None are good.
Even though I have seen this one be used a couple times.
If it keeps rejecting me, we'll probably have to end the stream anyway. The game's rejecting me.
Yeah.
I'll give it another loading try. If not, then that's a good place to end it anyway. This game was almost over. We were both pushing each other's phoenixes. We had it a little bit more, but they'll definitely lose without me. Okay, let's try. I'm back in. Sorry, that means you gotta find a story.
So this one's written by Light Ray 1943. And the title is Breastfeeding Isn't Allowed If You're a Teen Mom.
Oh.
This is under entitled Parents.
Curses.
So back in high school, one of my closest friends got pregnant and gave birth to the sweetest baby boy. She stopped going to school for a while to take care of her kid, but still did online school so she could graduate with her class. One thing we would do is go to one of the local food places near the high school on Fridays, and today we decided to go to this nice Chinese place that I frequent regularly, and the little old Asian lady knows me by name. This Chinese place has a sticker on the front door that says something like breastfeeding will always be allowed, which is great since that's what my friend is more comfortable doing for her baby. After we ordered our food and hung out in this little waiting area, when the baby gets all fussy, she takes out the little cover and covers her baby and her chest as she starts to feed him. We keep talking until this woman and her son, who had to be around 10, comes in. I recognize the kid as one of the kids I looked after when I used to volunteer at a youth center. He comes up to me and starts talking to me, and then asks my friend what she's doing with the baby. Before my friend could answer, the boy's mother cuts in. A disgusting thing is what she's doing. Don't you know better of it than to do that in public? Why are you even doing that if you're only a kid? My friend has an attitude sometimes, so I try to jump in before she would start to throw things. It's not illegal, and Miss L is fine with it. She has a sticker on the door. Miss L being the little old Asian lady by the counter who was just ogling the baby a second ago. She smiles at us and continues to write some stuff down. The mother wasn't happy about this and continues with her bullshit. I'm sorry, but I'm just not okay with a baby breastfeeding another baby. Can you please just stop? She says in frustration. Miss L finally cuts in, and in her broken English, she says, "Nursing baby is a beautiful thing. You have problem, you leave." She then taps the order on the window that leads to the kitchen and apologizes to my friend for the woman's nasty behavior. She then looks at the boy who is still next to me and says jokingly, "Your mother, she dummy, right?" This makes the boy laugh, and the mother just grumbles in her seat, trying to stay as far from us as she could. When my friend finished and we grabbed our food, Miss L threw in an extra order of egg rolls, since they were my friend's favorite. Everything was fine until Monday come and I saw the boy again. He pulls me off to the side and tells me that his mom said she doesn't like me or my friend. I just ask him if he still likes me and he says yes. Yay. The end. Like, shit. Shit happens, lady.
Yeah. It does. Well, that was perfect timing.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I finished the match. I was about to start a jungle. To just punch some kidneys. But that was a good time to start the end. That was fun. Thank you for reading to all of us. Mostly one of us.
Yeah.
But I'm happy you did. Alright.